You guys know how hard it is for me to film with this guy. So I have this little cup of peanut butter I'm going to give him. And hopefully he stays quiet while Mama films. I'm not gonna hold it for you. Here, take it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hello, my name is Victoria. I'm so happy to have you here. I hope you consider subscribing. I post new videos every week. Hopefully you guys can't hear my dog Sherman eating peanut butter right next to me. You can see his little booty right there. But I have to keep him busy somehow because he loves to interrupt my videos and walk in front of the camera. If you've watched any of my videos where I'm like sitting on the floor, then you know this. Also, I hope that my glasses aren't too distracting for this video. Today's video is going to be one that I've been wanting to make for a while, and this is a video that I get requested to make quite often, and it's how to make friends as a military spouse. If you guys are new to my channel, I am a military spouse. My husband Devin is in the Air Force, and we are currently stationed on Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. Each time we have moved, it has been kind of difficult to make friends, and I will say that part of that is because I am very much a homebody and I kind of keep to myself. I'm not a person that needs to socialize all the time or feels like I need to have a bunch of like best friends or anything like that. I really like to just stick to my close-knit group of people, just have like a couple good friends, and that's all I really need. So a lot of this information that I'm going to give to you doesn't really apply to me, or if you are like me and you don't really feel like you need to have a ton of friends, you might not find this very difficult, but I will say that finding good friends, genuine friends when you're moving around from base to base is hard, because there's a lot of people who don't really have your best interest in mind, or who aren't trying to be friends with you for the right reasons, or just aren't really your genuine friends, or people who are gonna love you well and encourage you and just make you feel good about yourself. So these tips are hopefully helpful to you, and if they are, let me know down below and leave any other tips you have as well for other milsos. Okay, so I have my list on my phone here, and I'm going to start with my first item on the list of advice of how to make friends as a milso, and that is to join the spouse page on Facebook. So every base that I've been to, I mean, I've only been to 2 bases, but every base that I've been to has a Facebook group for the spouses. The one here is called Eglin and Hurlburt Military Spouses, and you have to live here to be in the group, but it can be like kind of drama filled, like with people just posting random stupid things, but at the same time it can also be really helpful if you're looking for recommendations for like a hairstylist or a good restaurant to go for your anniversary, things like that. You can like search in the search bar. You can type in like sushi places, and every post that people have been talking about sushi will come up, and then you can find a good sushi spot. But another thing that I think is helpful about it is you can find friends on the page, because there's like, I think thousands of people on there. I don't know, hundreds, thousands, I don't know. There's a lot of people on the page, and it's people who like live on base, or who people are just stationed here and they live here. And you can post, I've seen a lot of people post this before. They'll say like, hello, my name is Victoria, I'm 22, I love to do this and this, I have kids or I don't have kids, I'm looking for a friend to go on coffee dates with, or meet up with our kids and have play dates or things like that. And there are gonna be so many people that reach out that have like the same kind of lifestyle as you, or like whatever. I see people posting stuff like that all the time. I never personally did that, I don't think, just because like I said, I'm kind of shy. So I wouldn't like put myself out on a Facebook page like that, even though I put myself out on the internet for thousands of people to see. But I know that doesn't really make sense. But yeah, I never really did that, I don't think. At least I don't remember doing that. Brittany says that I did put myself on the thing, and maybe I did right before we moved here, but other than that, I don't really do stuff like that anymore. At least I kind of keep to myself. But yeah, that's a really good way to make friends, is to find people on there, and you'll see just like people post quite often, and you might like click on their Facebook profile and look and see like, oh, it looks like this person has kids, I have kids that look like the same age, maybe we would get along. Or it looks like, you know, they have dogs and I have dogs, and we could get together for like a little doggy play date or stuff like that. So that's my first tip, is to join the spouse page. And also, I have not seen this at our base, but I know I've seen other people talk about it. My friend Nikki, who also has a YouTube channel, she had posted a video one time that her base had a like spouse get together where they like painted something for the 4th of July, I think, and that was really cool. I have never seen like my community like on base do anything like that, where all the spouses get together and like meet people and like do stuff like that. Maybe I just haven't seen it before, but I know that bases do stuff like that, so that's really cool too. My next tip is to put yourself out there and introduce yourself. Like I said, a lot of people do this on the Facebook page, and if you're not comfortable with doing that, then I would suggest maybe if you see somebody else post something like that and you don't feel comfortable like commenting on it or whatever, you can always just like personally message them and introduce yourself and say, hey, my name is so-and-so and I saw your post and I think that, you know, we might be great friends. If you want to meet up one day, like we can do that or whatever. Also, another tip that I have is to use social media to connect with people. This is how I made friends here, honestly, through Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, because a lot of times when I post, and now this is because like I'm trying to like market myself on social media, I guess, I don't know, I will use hashtags under my pictures, and I will always usually tag like Eglin AFB, and so you can look up tags like that on your Instagram, and or like locations, like if there's like a water park that you love to go to in the area that you live in or something like that, you can always search that location and other people who have been there, or like the hashtag or something like that. I'm just giving you guys examples, and someone that lives in your neighborhood might go there, and then you can see that and maybe message them or follow them, comment on their picture or something like that. I know when I met Brittany, who is my friend here on base, she had messaged me on Facebook and introduced herself because she had seen that I was like posting on the spouse page right before we were going to move here, and I was asking some questions, and she just thought that we looked kind of like similar sort of people and that we might get along. So that's how she introduced herself to me, and that's how we became friends. So it's definitely like a way to make friends. You might think that that's a little bit awkward or silly, but definitely put yourself out there, and if you don't put yourself out there, then you might not meet people. So that's another tip of how to make friends as a milso. My next tip is to find work and connect with people from work. So you might be a stay-at-home parent and this might not apply to you, or you might just not work and you choose to stay home, and that's totally fine. But for me, I did nanny for the last year or so, and before that I was a preschool teacher, and now you guys know I'm an orthodontic assistant. And with the jobs that I had as a preschool teacher and now as an orthodontic assistant, sorry, he's being like super loud with that little container. It has been way easier for me to make friends. It's like kind of like built-in friends when you just work with like 50 women or something like that. I know like with my job, there's like between all of the locations where I work, there's like, I think like, I don't know, like 80 or something employees or like assistants and stuff like that. So there's so many of us, and it's pretty easy for me to make friends, and like we're all working together all the time and we see each other. My work always has like work functions and things like that where you can meet people, which is really cool. So if you can find people that you work with that you connect with, you know, ask them to go to lunch with you on your lunch break, or ask them to maybe like go with you to Target on the weekends or something like that. You can, I think that's like might be one of the easiest ways you can make friends, is to find people that you work with, because you guys already have something in common. You guys work together and you spend a lot of time with each other, so odds are if they are similar to you, then you probably would be good friends. My last tip is one that my husband and I have used all the time, and it is to double date with people your spouse works with. So this might be difficult because, for example, here at this base, my husband works with a lot of people that are single. A lot of the airmen that he works with that are around our age are single, or maybe have girlfriends that don't live here. So that's been a little bit difficult. But at our last base, we had tons of friends that my husband worked with that were married, and so we were able to make a lot of couple friends that way. And then I was able to make a lot of girlfriends that way, because when we would go on double dates with them, I would get to hang out with the wives and like talk with them and things like that. And we made some really, really good friends that way. So that's another like easier way without really having to try, I guess. My husband is super social. He is like a social butterfly. He will talk to anybody and like do anything and make plans with anybody. So like, for example, last night we went out to dinner with this couple that my husband, he met this guy at work who actually works in a different part of the hospital, but he's in the military as well. And him and his wife just recently got married. They're a little bit younger than us and they just moved here. And so we went out to dinner with them last night, and that was super fun because otherwise I would have never met her, and we were like really similar and we had a lot of fun with them. And so now I just made a new friend, which is really cool. So if you're like me and you're kind of shy, and maybe your significant other is a little bit more extroverted than you, have them kind of maybe make friends with people at work and see if anybody wants to double date, and then you can make friends that way. Or if you have a super cute pup, find people with a super cute pup and go on a puppy date, huh? Okay guys, I think those are all of the tips that I have. Like I said, if you have any tips on how to make friends as a military spouse, leave those down below. I would love for us to exchange tips with each other, and I will actually leave the tips that I mentioned in this video in the description box if you want to refer back to that later. I hope that this was helpful for some of you guys, and if it was, please let me know down below. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any other military spouse topic related videos that you want me to do, also leave those down below. I love getting ideas from you guys. I have a big list on my phone of like military related videos that I want to film, so hopefully you guys will enjoy those. I always list my social media down below if you guys would like to follow me over there. I'm super active on my Twitter and Instagram and my Pinterest, so I hope you guys will check me out there, and I love you so much. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.